What's going on YouTube? It's EDC Central Oregon back again with another video, and today I'm going to be going over this Maxpedition Beefy pocket organizer. So this one was sent out to me for me to test out, for me to review, put on my channel, show my subscribers, and basically give my first impressions or my opinion on it. I have had this one for quite a while. Shout out to Tim over at Maxpedition. I do want to apologize for taking so long to do the video. They sent me this about a month ago. I just been kind of, tied up with life and not really posting or making too much content. Lately, I've been able to make some videos here and there, but during that time, I have been able to use this. So for the last few weeks, I've been able to utilize this so I can give you a proper review. But this is the, again, Beefy pocket organizer. So this is the one up from the Fatty pocket organizer. So it's just the increased capacity, much bigger. It still shows, it still has pocket organizer in the title, but as you can see, I don't think you're going to be putting this in your pocket. This is more throwing the EDC bag, throwing the everyday carry bag, throwing your bug out or your get home bag for extra organization. Have all your stuff that you want to put in here, something like that. What we're going to do is basically just get into the video, and I'm just going to show you everything that I pack out in this organizer. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Alright, so before we do get into all of the contents in the bag, I do want to go over some of the specs and things like that. It is 6 by 8 by 3, so you can pack a lot of stuff in here. So this one is pretty heavy. It's about, maybe it's about 5 pounds, if that. But I have quite a bit in here. So this is something that if I don't want to carry a bag, but I want quite a bit of things, I will just have this one and just kind of grab and go type thing. Grab it by the handle and be able to head out. So first things first, we do have a couple paracord zipper pulls, YKK zippers. Really good, really smooth. We all love smooth zippers. This is very smooth. I like that, enjoy that a lot. Fabric of it is 1000D water and abrasion resistant, lightweight ballistic nylon fabric. So I'm kind of going off of their materials, their specs and stuff. Because of course I wouldn't be able to remember that, but really good material, very well made. I do enjoy that. It easily can, put a lot in here and it doesn't feel like it's going to rip or anything like that. We have some nylon webbing here on the front, and again, feels really stable, really durable, not like it's going to rip by putting things in there. So those are all a plus to me. Let's just start getting into the content. So on the first things first, we have some of this MOLLE on the end where you can attach different things, or you can attach this to your chest carrier, your plate carrier, to another bag, to your waist. All of those things you can add attachments and stuff like that. Right now, I just have a carabiner. So this is the Hero Clip. This is the small black. I keep these on all of my backpacks, all of my pouches. If you've seen any of my videos, then you've already seen that. So don't get too deep into these anymore. But I do enjoy these things because of how versatile they are. If I ever need to hang this up, I will be able to do so. And if I ever need to clip anything onto it, I can do so, or I can put it on here and hang it off of a bag, hang it off of anything, so that will work just fine. On this very front part under the nylon webbing, I just have a tactical pin, so nothing special. It is a glass breaker. You can use it for self-defense, breaking glass, and of course riding if I need to. I keep a pin on my person, but I want to have this there just in case, since this is some things that like a go-to type of pouch, survival, you know, if all else fails, I still have this, things like that. So this is the kind of idea of this pouch. So I keep a pin in that front part. Of course, I got my morale patches up front. And then in here, this stuff is a little bit tight to get to when you do have it all packed. So I could have got to this stuff last, but we are already here. So I'm going to go ahead. So real quick, just got some instant oatmeal. If I ever need it for whatever reason, I have something to eat, get some energy. If I ever need it, whatever the case, all I need to do is add water and I am good to go. And then of course, first aid. Nothing crazy with this because I have other forms of first aid when it comes to trauma in my Get Home Bag and even in my everyday carry bag, which will always be nearby. If I just had this, I still would have plenty to be able to tend to wounds and all of that stuff. So I have some triple antibiotic ointment, some hand cleansing wipes, some alcohol wipes. I have some non-stick compressed pads. I have some large bandages, and I have some different size bandages as well. So some medium, smalls, all that stuff, knuckle bandages, quick first aid stuff so I need to get to. And that is it on that front part. Not too much to it, but I do have a few things. So getting into it, I do keep my zippers like this, of course, so that way I can easily open them up like that. And then this thing opens completely clamshell and I am ready to rock. So starting on this left side, as you can see, we have a lot of MOLLE panel, a lot of elastic webbing here, and in the very back part there's a whole pouch that goes along the full side of this. So it's about 6 by maybe 7, maybe 7.5. But in there, I just keep a Right in the Rain notepad. I always keep something to write with in my pouches, in my backpacks, just for quick access if I ever need it. I like to have that type of thing in here. And then I have a rain poncho because this is that if all else fails, this is all I got. At least I have enough to, you know, survive, stay warm, regulate my temperature, little things like that I like to have. Over in this panel, I don't use all of them. I will throw something in here if I, you know, come across something that I feel should be in here. So far, I just have these two on this left side. So right here is just some E6000. This is just some industrial strength adhesive. If I ever need to make a minor repair on anything, I can use this. I like to have those in my kits. And then I have a petrified fish flavorist. This is the thumb flipper. This is D2 steel McCarty handles, pocket clip, lanyard. I love this knife. This was my EDC when I first got it for quite a while. I like the full grip you can get onto it. They don't really have too much to really choke up on, but it's a really good knife, really solid knife. especially for this purpose. I like to have that there. And then for the multi-tool, I have the Gerber Suspension NXT. Really good multi-tool, especially for the price. I believe it was about $40. I wish you could open it with one hand, but I mean, it does the job. I like it. Does everything I needed to do, no issues. You can access everything on the outside, which that is a plus. You know, we have some scissors. The scissors is actually pretty good. Can't complain. We have a flathead, bottle opener, can opener, a large flathead, and then we have a knife. Some of these are a little bit hard to get down, but then we have a knife with the saturated blade at the bottom, and then we have a screwdriver, an awl, and another flathead, and filer, and even a ruler. So quite a few things that you can do with this. And then of course we have the wire cutters, needle nose pliers, really pretty much anything you'll need, and you can unlock it on the outside. But we all are used to multi-tools by now, so that's the one that I keep here. So moving on to this other side, of course I keep a bandana. Any video you see of mine, you're going to see a bandana for the most part. If I'm talking about it everyday carry, whether it's a backpack, my person, a pouch, a sling bag, it's going to feature a bandana. I like to keep those. I also keep it like this so that way I do separate these two. Nothing's bumping each other, nothing's scratching each other. I can kind of keep my things safe and secure. Nothing's moving around. I like to do that. Moving along with the sort of survival type gear, we have emergency thermal blanket. I like to keep these in my backpacks and my kits and anything that will fit. Mostly it's a backpack or my get home bag, bug out bag, stuff like that. I will have it, but this one fits just fine, so I kept it in. For this part, you can see there's another little elastic thing that you can put. For me, I put a flashlight. This one is the Sofirn SK30 tactical flashlight. I do like this one because you turn it on like that, and then there's another button where you switch the modes, and then that's turbo. You turn it off and it goes back to the mode that you need. If you double click or if you hold it down, then you get that strobe. Click it, it goes back. So this one is actually a really solid flashlight. It is chargeable USB-C, and the build of it is actually really good. I am doing a review on this, so make sure you check down below. I should have it linked if I've done it. I really like this flashlight a lot. And then I just keep a thing of matches, of course, fire starter. It fits. I kind of just found these laying around. I haven't really utilized these for anything, so I figured, hey, it fits perfectly in here. If I come across something that I'd rather have and keep here, then this is something that I can easily switch out. I usually keep fire starter on my person or in other bags or nearby anyway, but I decided I'll just keep these here. And then I keep just an eraser and a Sharpie. I usually keep a pencil nearby, so I just kind of threw this in here just to have. I did have a mechanical pencil in here. I must have took it out, used it, and didn't put it back in, but I typically keep a mechanical pencil on this side. Right, it was right next to here, so that's why I really have this, but I can use the shavings to start a fire or anything like that as well, but I just kind of keep that there. Here we have the VRURC. I don't really know how to say it. The Vrk. This is a power bank that was sent out to me. I did do a video on this, so check the link down below. I will link up any referred videos. This is a 10,000 milliamp power bank. You can plug it up to the wall and use it as a charging block. It comes with chargers built into it. So this one is USB-C, micro USB, and then lightning charger. So you don't even need a cord. So in this kit, I don't have an extra cord or anything because I have it all put together here. We have USB-C, USB-A, and then when you click the button, you could turn it on and see that I've been using it. So I will go ahead and charge that at some point. I like to keep it at 100 whenever I can, so that way, you know, I have the full potential of the power bank. But I really enjoy this power bank, the sleek design. I do wish it was shorter. I typically like smaller power banks. This one is almost literally the same size as the iPhone 16 Pro. Larger power bank, larger than I like, but because of the size of this kit, it fits just perfectly, so I can't really complain, so I'm not too worried about it. Moving on to, I have some pocket-sized duct tape. As you can see, unless I haven't used it yet, I keep it in here until I need to use it, just so it doesn't get messed up, doesn't get all dirty on the side. Of course, once I actually need it, you know, it is what it is, but until then, I'll try to keep it secure as possible. Luckily, I haven't needed it for any reason, but of course, minor repairs, wrapping. If you got a very large wound, you can wrap it with the bandana, and then you can secure it with the duct tape. Like I said, I don't have no real trauma medical gear in here, but I do have some stuff that if I really, really needed it, I can put together something. So of course, wounds, you know, you need to regulate the body temperature. We have the thermal blanket. We need to add some pressure. We have a couple items that'll be able to do that. I have some things that if I really, really need to, I will be able to make something happen. But I like to keep this in all of my kits, so I just have a bunch of these. And then once I use them, I take them out of this. And if I can fit it back in, I will, just to keep it secure. But if not, then I'll just have it out, no big deal. This one is kind of my, you know, redundant item that don't really need it as per se, but since I have some of this in here, I just kind of threw this in here just to kind of take up space, really, to be honest. But you know, we have the fork, we have the spoon, we have the knife, we have the wine opener, bottle opener, can opener, all of those things. So I like to kind of just keep this in the kit. You know, you kind of just take it out like that, flip it on this side, and then you're good to go. Eat your MREs, your instant oatmeal, whatever you got. So doesn't take, I mean, fills in the necessary space that I want it to. If I definitely needed other things, of course, there's a, you know, like I mentioned, there's a couple of different items that I would, you know, switch out with no hesitation and not really miss it. But until then, I'll just kind of have it in the kit. And I'm kind of showing you exactly how much you can fit in here. So if you see, we have 2 large spots back here, and then 2 individual spots on each side to put smaller things. So you can really, really organize this like a lot. You can really customize this and do all types of things when it comes to that. And then of course, this has the whole side of the pouch. You can just put so much stuff in here. So in this way back, this is, of course, I can't go anywhere with a lot of these things. If you see any of my videos, you know, you see a lot of things that look familiar. So we have the Colgate Wisp. I like to keep those on hand. Wet ones, antibacterial hand wipes, dude wipes. You never know when you gotta go. A couple individual things of Tylenol. I love these. You never know when you're gonna need them. Travel sink packet. So this is one use whenever you may need these. If you're traveling, clothes get dirty and you ran out of all of your clean clothes and you gotta, you know, wash something real quick. Wash your underwear, wash your socks really quick so you can feel fresh until you get back home type thing. I love these compressed towels. I use these all the time. So you gotta wipe your hands, wipe your face, your kids, anything like that. And again, this can also work for packing a wound, getting it wet, adding that pressure, wrapping the bandage with it, with the duct tape, all those things. These ones are they're individual little paper little looking things that you just kind of take out. Once you wet it and rub it, it turns into soap. So that goes along with just adding some water, washing your hands, wiping it with the bandana, wiping it with the compressed towel, anything like that if you need to clean your hands or clean off something. This is the electrolytes. I like to keep these in all my kits. So this kind of goes along with having that energy, staying hydrated, keeping that energy up, especially in cases of survival and you need that. So these right here are no jet lag. These are those pills that kind of keep you awake, keep you energized. I grabbed these, me and my wife went to Paris, and I used these and I was feeling much better from that time difference. But I also use this if like you're just feeling tired and kind of just feeling, you know, I don't know, groggy. Take a couple of these and it kind of clears up. Not something super crazy like a actual caffeine pill, but you can feel the difference. So I like to keep these here because if you're ever in survival mode, you do gotta be clear-headed and feeling right, energized, and things like that. So let me just get this stuff away. So this is again, the Maxpedition Beefy Pocket Organizer. This is all of the things that I keep in here. Easy access, kind of like a grab and go. Really quick, I did forget to mention there is a little key ring, or you could put a carabiner, make an attachment on here if you ever need it. I don't need it for anything as of now. But as you can see, I have all this stuff and it is pretty much packed in. There's a few spots that I can still, few spots of space that I can still fill in, but definitely does the job. So make sure you drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have one of these or what type of grab and go type of pouch do you rock with. What do you have in it? Any suggestions of what I should include in mine, I should take out, anything like that. I'm always down for recommendations. Like always, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps out a lot. And like always, see you on the next one.